Hello and welcome in today's lecture. Today we will be discussing about what is a photochromic lens, what is the mechanism of working in photochromic lenses, what are the advantages, disadvantages, its manufacturing, and what are the compounds which are used to make a photochromic lenses. Let's start with the video and see what are these photochromic lenses. So what is a photochromic lens actually? So the term when we say photochromic, that means change in color when a particular amount of light is incident onto a lens. So we have two kinds of lenses, non-photochromic and photochromic. So a non-photochromic lens will not change its color when a particular wavelength or a light is incident onto it, whereas when a photochromic lens is kept under a particular wavelength or a light, it will change its color and become darkened, or rather change its color from a transparent to a particular colored lens. So how this actually works? So what happens, the photochromic lenses which we have presently into the market generally react when a particular amount of UV light is incident onto these lenses. So what happens when this light is inside or indoors, or rather when there is no UV light exposure, they are completely clear. But as the light is incident onto it, which is your UV light or any light which is near the spectrum of UV, so it will start a chemical reaction within the lens which will change its color from a complete transparent lens material to a completely darkened state. The state of darkness will depend completely on to the amount of UV light which is incident onto the lenses. So if the UV light is very much intense, it will change its color completely dark, whereas if the UV lens, or rather the UV light which is less, or rather a low intensity, it will change into a lesser dark color. So this is how a UV lens, or rather what we say a photochromic lens, is generally working with the help of UV light. So how are photochromic lenses made? So the biggest question is, if lenses are made, or rather the photochromic lenses are made, what is the special molecule, or rather what is the particular substance which are added into this lenses which makes them so changing, or rather what we say which can change its color? So photochromic lenses can be made in few different ways of technique. So the first is called as the in-mass technology. So what is in-mass technology? Here what we do is we take a mold in which we add the lens material as well as the photochromic pigment, and they are mixed completely and casted into a mold, and that mold is actually into a shape of a lens. So the material gets completely mixed up and the photochromic material is completely mixed with the lens material, and we get a final product which is actually a lens with a particular photochromic principle, or rather photochromic ability. So here what happens, the photochromic material is completely within the lens, so there is no point that only the front surface or a particular part will get darkened. Here the complete lens reacts to the UV light and gives you a photochromic effect. The next technology is called as the imbibition technology. So imbibition technology is nothing but when you take a particular lens and get it dipped into a photochromic material. So because of the imbibition, or rather the absorption property of a material, the lens starts absorbing the photochromic pigment onto the surface. So what happens, all over the surface the photochromic pigment is absorbed, and this layer of photochromic pigment starts acting as a layer which will change its color whenever it is incident with UV light. So whenever the ray of UV light is onto this lens, it will start changing its color, and that will give it the photochromic property. The next technology which is generally used, or rather more commonly used nowadays, is called as the front surface coating technology. So here what happens, the lens is coated, or rather a coating of your layer is applied over to the front surface. So here if you see, there is a substrate or the lens which is to be made into a day-night, or what we call as a photochromic lens. So the photochromic layer is first applied over the lens substrate, and then a protective coating, or what we call as a hard coating material, is applied over it, and finally there is a scratch coating which is applied over the final layer. So here what happens, that only the front layer is the one which is acting as a UV protector, or what we can say that which changes its color whenever the ray of light is incident onto it. So here there is which is called as your front surface coating technology, which is commonly used by transition. The next technology is called as your transbonding technology. So in transbonding technology, what happens? Multiple layers of optical grade material are made into a sandwich form of structure, which are then molded with the lens blank, or rather the lens resin. So here what happens, there is a layer which is the topmost layer, or what we call as the blinder layer, and then there is a layer for photochromic pigment which is then bonded with the lens material surface, giving you the photochromic effect. Talking about photochromic lenses, they are generally available in two different materials, that is, you have a glass photochromic and a plastic photochromic lenses. So how are your glass photochromic lenses made? So glass photochromic lenses are generally made with the InMask technology. So here what happens, you take the material or molten material, which is your glass or silica, and also the photochromic pigment, and then you mold it together to get a photochromic lenses. So glass photochromics generally are into a different principle of photochromic effect. So here what happens, we add silver halide crystal, or generally your silver halide crystal are commonly used. So what happens when this lens is kept under UV or the visible light, so what happens, this UV light starts reacting with the silver halide crystal, which breaks it into your halide ions and the metallic silver. So the metallic silver, which we know, will start getting a black color over the surface, and this metallic silver starts depositing onto the surface, giving a complete blackened film type of appearance. So it is the metallic silver which will form a surface of a crystals that absorbs the light, and that will give you the photochromic effect. Generally this is reactive between the wavelength of 320 to 420 nanometers. So as I said, the UV range which is present, the 320 to 420 nanometers, this is the light which will activate this cascade of reaction and give you the photochromic effect. So the moment this light is taken away from the scenario, or rather it is switched off, so again there will be a reversible reaction in which the free silver, metallic silver, will again start bonding with the halide crystals and again become transparent, and that will lead to the lightening phase of your lens. The next is your plastic photochromic lenses. So plastic photochromic lenses are a bit different as compared to your glass photochromics. They are generally made with the help of your imbibition technology or the front surface coating technology. So what happens, the material which is used in here to achieve the photochromic effect is called as a class of particular chemical which is called as the spiropyrans. Now spiropyrans, a common name which we all might have heard about, is indolino spironaphthoxine. So here what happens, this is actually a chemical which will react whenever there is UV light onto it, and there is one chain which opens up and gives away the particular free ion to go into form of darkened stage. So the moment there will be removal of UV light, it will again be into a reversible reaction, and again the bond which is present between the free oxygen and the double bond between the other chain will get again done, and that will again lead to a transparent state. So indolino spironaphthoxine are the common molecule which is used. There is one more molecule which is commonly used nowadays, which is called as your diaryl naphthopyrans. Now diaryl naphthopyrans are also used to achieve the photochromic effect. This is also a photochromic pigment which is induced, or rather imbibed, within the lens. So what are the factors which can influence the photochromic performance? So we all know the photochromic lens will perform accordingly whenever there are few factors which are affecting it. So the first factor is called as the light intensity. So the amount of light which is incident, or rather what is incident onto the lens, that will decide how much dark the photochromic lens will become. So if it is there is no UV light into the atmosphere, or rather less UV light, it will not get into a darkened state. But the moment there is increase in the UV light, it will start getting darker and darker. So generally on a cloudy day, we don't see the photochromic effect will be very much, but on a quite bright sunny day, it will give you a completely darkened state. The second factor which generally affects onto your photochromic performance is the temperature. Now there is a misnomer, or rather not a proper knowledge, that photochromic lenses does not affect completely into hot climate. So the reaction, or the rather understanding, is that only heat can change it. Now UV energy, the main principle behind the photochromic effect is the exposure to UV energy. It is not about the temperature. So whenever there is more of UV energy, it will convert it into a more darkened state. But there is something called as thermal bleaching. Now thermal bleaching is nothing but whenever there is an increase in the temperature of the lens, that will again start a reversible reaction which will reduce the amount of darkness. So what happens that a photochromic generally performs very well when it is quite intense light but yet there is lower temperature. So if you see on a bright sunny day in winter where the atmospheric temperature is less and the light is more, the lens will be turning much more darker compared to an environment where the temperature is quite hot but even the UV energy is more. So there is continuously a reaction which turns the molecules into a darkened state, but because of the temperature or because of the thermal bleaching, again they go into a reversible state, lightening the lens. So that's why we do not achieve a completely darkened lens into higher temperature. So it is always advisable to go for a sunglasses rather than a photochromic lens in very hot climate, because photochromics doesn't perform as well when compared to your sunglasses. The third is your exposure memory. Now exposure memory is generally important, or rather more applicable onto your glass lenses, because here what happens, the molecules are distributed all over your lens surface, or rather the lens material. So as much as the exposure is happening, like every time it becomes dark and light, more and more amount of your molecules are getting activated. So as the exposure memory increases, the amount of darkness starts increasing. So more the amount of light coming from a dark to light cycle, more will be the darkened stage. That's why whenever we see a new lens, it doesn't go into a very dark state, but as time goes on, it starts becoming more darker and darker. The last is your lens thickness, which is a very important factor into your plastic lenses, because as we said, it is about the coating, or rather what we say, the surface technology. So what happens that we are comparing here two lenses. There is one lens which is uniformly thick all over your lens surface, and the other one which is having a more thickness at the center and lesser thickness at the periphery. So what happens, because it is a surface technology, the periphery is getting more amount of imbibition as compared to the center. So what happens, the center is getting lesser amount of darkened, whereas the periphery is getting more darker. So because of this fact, in plastic lenses, many times in high power, we see the amount of darkness or the photochromic performance will depend on the thickness of the lens. So it is always advisable that in higher prescription, it should be always be a tinted lens rather than a photochromic lens. Because of the change in thickness, there will be change in the darkened stage. The next point which we are going to talk about is the advantages and disadvantages. So when we say about the advantages, the first point is about the dual role. Now as I said, it will be clear inside, whereas the moment you go out into a sunlight, it will start turning into a darkened state. So because of this role, or because of the fact that it can change its color, it can be used both for indoor and outdoor. Especially there is no need of an extra pair of glasses, which is sunglasses, and no need to change again and again. Also it is very simple that a single pair of glasses can do both the work. It can be used for outdoors as well as for the indoors. The second is your UV protection. It absorbs UV light. Now UV light, as we all know, is harmful for the eye, as it can cause numerous number of anomalies for the eye. So absorption of UV light is one of the best advantages. It also decreases the intensity of the light, giving you a better saturation or a better contrast into a bright sunny day, and that gives you comfort into your vision. Coming on to the disadvantages which they have, is first that difficult to change one lens. So what happens that, as we know, that because of the exposure memory which it has, as the lens is exposed more into the outdoors and there is more of your light and dark cycle, the lens, half a lens, or rather half a pair of lens, cannot be changed, because when you change one old and one new lens, so what will happen, that one lens will turn more darker and the other one will change less darker. So that is quite embarrassing when you go out, because at one eye you will see the image having lesser intensity of light, whereas in the other eye you might see the intensity is a bit more, and also in point of observer it is quite embarrassing. The next is they do not perform well into your hot climates. So what happens that whenever there is a higher temperature, as I said earlier, because of the higher temperature, the bleaching or thermal bleaching happens, which doesn't allow the lens to get completely into a darkened state. And finally, it doesn't perform well inside the cars, because as we know, the windshield which is present in the car has a tempered, or rather what we say, a plastic sheet over it, and plastic absorbs some amount of UV light. So not all the amount of UV light is directly incident onto the glasses, that is not leading to the complete photochromic effect, and the lenses doesn't turn completely dark. I hope this video gave you a good understanding about what is a photochromic lens, what are the manufacturing procedures, what are the chemicals used to make it, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages. Thank you for your time, and please subscribe our channel for more videos on optometry. Thank you and goodbye.